around 3:30 p.m., Mom made me some sunny side up eggs, as well as a cup of coffee. I believe she would have made those eggs sooner, but around noon, she went to Dad's apartment unit in order to retrieve my wallet there and convert the 100 in euros that I had in there into US dollars. Turns out it was around 96 US dollars. Then she mowed the lawn and vacuumed the pool. As for me, after some work on the Aaron Rodgers polystyrene drawing, of which I worked on the backside of his jersey, during the very late hours of today, in the noon and afternoon hours, I worked on the stuff below the backside of his jersey. His pants, mostly yellow, but becomes green towards the knees. I used an ultrafine black Sharpie for the legs, while to depict the butt, the backside protruding from the pants. The curve, I used a hue of orange to depict a darker hue of yellow. Since there is a gap between the legs, there's not a gap involved with the seat of the pants. At least that's my thinking. And then earlier I did the backs of the socks, including the lines for them. I have more practice going left to right, keeping lines straight, vertical lines straight if I go left to right, because I have more experience with that direction rather than right to left. I've also been doing a bit of work on the 99 Dan Hamming episode, in particular doing light work occasionally to make that new broken window glass frame prop. Essentially, in order to make it fit just right. This involved some work with Lunapic and more drafts of that custom prop untitled Beyond Video. Which also included some efforts towards once I got the frame right, included trying to put the view of the interior of the shop, behind that broken glass frame. This is grilled chicken breast strips from Purdue. They come fully cooked as packaged. And this is leftover lamb from the meal I had around 7 p.m. Lamb that was cooked with fresh garlic, fresh squeezed lemon juice, rosemary, and thyme, according to my recollection. It was marinated in that combination for some 20 minutes, according to the recommendations. Had it with green beans, cheese just like this, a glass of milk, I walked to Wegmans roughly from 5:30 p.m. to 6:30 p.m., roughly speaking. I returned $2.95 container deposits on the walk to Wegmans, roughly a mile. I happened to find a discarded full water bottle with clean water that had a deposit, so I just used the water to water some plants. Along the way, the town is currently doing plenty of road work. And generally, it's been an overcast day with occasional sprinkles of rain. When I started the walk to Wegmans to return bottles, for which my primary motivation was to get some exercise, I figured it would be good for me. But as I was approaching roughly halfway there to Wegmans, I felt first a single raindrop and then gradually that turned into a gentle shower. And throughout it all, I just wore a t-shirt and pants. Pants kind of like these. Well, these might be the pants I wore. Yeah, I think those are the pants I wore to that trip to Wegmans. I recall wearing a dark blue t-shirt, well, which isn't something I'm wearing now. And as always, I wore a pair of rainbow tie-dye Crocs for the trip to and from Wegmans. Walking roughly 2 miles today. And as always, I picked up some litter on the way to and back from Wegmans. It's a habit I've developed since it's a nice thing to do that doesn't really cost me anything. So I guess I figure, why not? I brought my phone with me to listen to music / YouTube videos while I walked. Though I did this without headphones, though I made sure to pause the music / video if I felt that people were close enough to hear it. On the way back, I saw that there were some job openings for that local Wegmans. Well, which might be interesting. Maybe I could check them out sometime. Though I would only want to do a part-time job in order to ensure that I have plenty of time to work on polystring drawings, which is essentially my side hustle at this point. I currently have a few commissions, and I've sold a handful or two of them in the past so far. If I remember, as was getting pretty close to being back at Mom's place, I think someone in a car, a man, told me that I dropped something, which made me check. I got back 3 $1 bills for my returns, which was done in order to make the amount even and not give me a whole bunch of loose coins. Speaking of which, Mom also spent some time today looking for and rolling up coins looking for loose coins to roll up. I still had my 3 $1 bills. I was briefly a bit worried when I didn't find 4 before remembering that the amount I returned was $2.95. I still had my phone. So I figured that I must have dropped a piece of litter that I picked up. But when I looked back, I didn't see it. It kind of just ended up being a bit sudden, so I did my best to try to respond the best way, but they were in a moving car, a slowly moving car, and so I asked what I dropped in a sort of way, saying, "What?" But I wasn't really able to get a very good answer. I wasn't able to get a clear answer on that. I broke into a bit of a sweat, but nothing too serious. Got rained on, but again, it was a gentle shower, so I didn't get too wet. Also, it turns out there's no more game hag tasks for the online MMO Eternal Fury, which is fine by me. I already spent enough time between Alvenar and Queen's Blade Limit Break. So it wouldn't really be good if I got roped into a third sort of MMO game on top of that. I've got to finish the 99th Dan Hamming episode, and then finish the 99th Dan Hamming episode, and I've also got the Aaron Rodgers drawing to finish. Then when I do that, I'm probably going to draw another polystring drawing of Santa Claus. Or maybe it's one of my commissions, maybe I'll do a Buffalo Bills sign. That'll have text that either says "Let's go Bills" or just "Buffalo Bills." I recall getting up around 11:30 in the morning. And what I first worked on in terms of the Aaron Rodgers drawing was to finish all of the details that I needed to work on, aside from doing the wool knit hat. Details I worked on included that G symbol for the Green Bay Packers for that pouch he has on the front, essentially working on that pouch. And then I used the same Sharpie marker I used for the curve of the backside in order to make details for the knee pads and thigh pads, those sort of things.